Hey, so if you guys didn't know, my name's Sammy Allen. I'm a competitive Pokemon Tcg player, and today we're going to talk about my 2026 Naic run. Made day 2, but it didn't quite go the way I wanted. We finished with a mid record of 6-6-2, and we will talk about how that came to be soon. So I played the deck list shown here. It's basically like a rainbow slot box is what I would call it. Previously I ran, the deck with Okie Dokie and the Rocks package with Raging Bullet, but I thought with, more hammers, you want more acceleration, and I wanted more draw with the Kang, so I kind of went with this build as opposed to what I was running at Los Angeles. Also, leading up to the event, as fate would have it, I was playing a lot of Clefairy box, really similar to the build All Out Blitzel used to win. Not saying I would have won if I played it, but I went against my better judgment and I switched off that deck on Thursday night. I was testing some games, and those games didn't go very well, even though my testing with it leading up to the event went well. So I went against, my better judgment. Usually I have a rule where I don't like to change decks the night before if something was testing well up to that point. So instead I went with this kind of rainbow slot box that I was testing a little bit up to the event, and I was pretty comfortable with it. I think the deck ran okay, but there's a few instances that didn't go very well, which I thought maybe the Clefairy box would be better. But anyway, so round 1, I played against a Pokédad. He was playing, his deck wouldn't get set up. It was a Cofagrigus Bennett deck. I'm not really sure. It was some type of hand control, but he never really got going, so we won that one quick. Then round 2, I played against Alakazam, which is one of my deck's worst matchups. But in the first game, I pretty much just kind of ran him off the board. I was able to get a Wellspring play for 2, so I kind of just took more prizes than took too many prizes before he could really get set up. Game 2, he got set up, and he also had a Shaman. I didn't see it in the first game, but he got set up, so I wasn't able to Wellspring him. And then in Game 3, it went pretty similar to Game 1. I just got set up too quick, and I was able to get a Wellspring before he got Shaman, so we won that. So we started off 2-0. My next game was against Polt Hammers, and actually in the first game, I kind of just ran off the board with Okie Dokie and Clefairy. I was swinging for Okie Dokie, and I set up Clefairy. I think he whipped a few hammers and kind of started right on the wall, and he scooped. In Game 2, I believe, no. So Game 2, he opted to go first, and I went second. I actually donked him with Wellspring, so I felt pretty bad because that game ended in less than 10 minutes. But I was 3-0, I felt good. Game 4, I played against another Polt Hammers, and this round I kind of saw the bad side of the variance. Maybe in Game 1 I made a greedy play. I had a chance for a donk, and I think I whiffed a Teal Mask for the donk. I had everything but the Teal Mask, and I kind of did a Judge Watchtower, and I never drew out of it. And then in Game 2, my start wasn't even as good, but he got another early Judge Watchtower, and I never really drew out of it. It was kind of just too far behind from there. I did try to sob play on his Pheasantipity, but he actually ran a handheld fan, so I wasn't able to sob it for long. So I lost that one, so 3-1. Round 5, I hit Crustle. So we actually, with one Okie Dokie, we actually do not scoop up our cards to Crustle. So in Game 1, I actually donked up the Okie Dokie. Game 2, I wasn't able to accept the Okie Dokie quick enough, and he kind of got a big Crustle had a Cape, had Growth Energy. He also hit a Xerosic and an Eerie later to get rid of my Unfair Stamp, so he kind of just built up too strong of a board for me to really get going. In Game 3, I believe he prized his Hero's Cape, but I was able to swing with Okie Dokie quick enough that I just felt pretty good. So I actually did win the Crustle matchup, so we're 4-1. Round 6, I played against Festival Lead. He set up amazing, and you can only assume that matchup once. So I got 2-0'd. Round 7, It's another one I feel kind of bad for, but we take these. I got a double donk against Zoro. So game 1, he gets Bidoof pass, I do Moltres, Prism attack. Then game 2, I think he opened his Zorua. I just went like, no, it was a Zekrom. I went Kangaskhan, Crispin, E-switch off Teal Mask, and donked him. I felt bad, but we take those. We were sitting there for a few minutes before they weren't even done passing out slips. That's how fast this went. But, you know, sometimes Pokemon gives, sometimes it takes. In that case, it gave. Round 8, so actually ID'd, which my friend Alex is not very happy about. I wasn't very happy about it either, but so I looked him up and it said he put Alakazam last, and that's not a very good matchup for me. Even though I beat one earlier, it's on average not a very good matchup. So kind of figured out might be what his plan. So I kind of he offered ID, I took it. Found he was running Slow King, and that's something we'll talk about next round. Because round 9, first round of phase 2, I played against Slow King, and he 2'd me pretty quick. He got basically everything he could want. He just got some Slowpokes down, Telepathic, Stadium, Metagross, Secret Box, put the Metagross back on top. It was quick. So maybe that's how my round 8 would have went if I played it. Who knows? So round 10, this is day 2. I played against another Polt Hammers. So I went second, and I think I was just kind of behind. I think he got a stamp Watchtower, and I didn't draw out of it. Game 2, he got the stamp but missed the Watchtower, so we're able to play a game a little bit. He only got 1 cloak out, and I was able to ball set down on time, just like held his board down from there. So I wanted that one. And game 3, he went Monkey Dory pass. I actually didn't get the donk, but I set up a pretty strong board, and it was pretty much just behind from there. So we could kind of never establish. So I won that one. So we're 6-2-1. Round 11, I played against Bees. So this is, I think, kind of a bad matchup for me. Game 1, he was pretty slow set up. I was able to swing with Okidogi. I remember I 2-hit his Beedrill and then I KO'd Fez. And I think I finished the last Beedrill with Raging Bolt. They need 3 Beedrill to KO Okidogi, so. Then the second game of that round, he got, I think, 3 Beedrill on turn 2. He kind of ran me over. In game 3, so I took a first knockout with Teal Mask, which I didn't feel great about, but I had a stamp in hand. So then he I think, evolved 2 Beedrill, knocked out the Teal Mask. I stamped him, attacked with Okidogi, and he had to go through a lot of resources to get the 3rd Beedrill to KO it. So he KO'd Okidogi for just 1 prize. Then I KO'd it with Raging Bolt. And then we ran out of time, so we tied. I'm actually not sure if we would have won. Maybe. So I think actually, I was turn 0, so I think he might have had 2 turns when he had 3 prizes left. And he just promoted Fan Rotom, so I think he maybe was just playing for a tie, so maybe he didn't have a way to win it. So I felt kind of bad to lose. Where I was sitting, I actually couldn't see the clock, but I think it's on me. I should have a better internal clock to know to look for the clock harder, ask a judge. Because I'm not sure, but I think that was one I would have won. Because it didn't seem like he had anything, but I'm not entirely sure. Round 12, played against Polt Hammer. And this is kind of the bad side of the variance of the kind of hammer stamp Watchtower simulator we kind of play with this matchup. So I went first. I got 2 out. I went first both games to get hammerheads off my attacker, and I just never recovered any with stamp Watchtower. I couldn't draw out, so those games went pretty quick. Like I said, it's a little bit of hammer tower stamp simulator, and I just got the bad side of the matchup of the variance there. And round 13 hit Honchkrow. So you can imagine how that one went. I did win 1 game against him. I actually think maybe game 3 there was a turn if I had Gust. Because I'm not sure if he had, I don't think he had 1 Honchkrow, I don't think any Murkrow, and no Porygon. I think if I would have been able to Gust the Honchkrow, I might have been able to win because he might not be able to make him their attacker, but I didn't get Gust. And after that, he just found 2 Porygon, found their Murkrow, and I lost that one. Round 14, played against another Alakazam, and He actually scooped the first game because I think he saw it right on the wall. He knows it's a really good matchup for him, so he wants to have more time to play 2 games. So then he just won the other 2, his normal Alakazam versus slot box matchup. The stamp didn't really do enough to him. He evolved into the Dawn to kind of get ready for it, so he played that pretty well. So as you can see, not a great day 2. Finished 6-6-2. It's kind of made a bad side matchup rule that hit those single prize decks that we don't want to face. That's kind of just Pokemon sometimes. Sometimes you just hit the matchups you want, sometimes you don't, but you just try to play your best regardless. So once again, here is the list I played to NAIC. You know, like I said, I ran into some matchups I didn't really want to see, but when that happens, you know, you just play the best you can. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So my next tournament will be the World Championships in a little over 2 months. And between now and then, you can look out for some more videos from me in the near future.